Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's Outlier Live, where we cover the biggest stories of the day and what the AI trading data has to say about it. And if you're interested in that too, be sure to definitely hit the subscribe button down below. The biggest stories of the day. Number one, the Tesla Cybertruck. I just spent all weekend trying to convince my wife to buy one, and she is not having it. The second story of the day is McDonald's is revamping their burgers with over 50 modifications. That sounds pretty gross to me. We're going to cover that and more on today's Outlier Live. The Tesla Cybertruck just debuted last week. Oh, this is a pretty cool video. I don't know if you've seen this yet. This video in particular, I'm going to let this play. This is the Porsche 911 racing a Cybertruck, and the Porsche 911 being towed by the Cybertruck beats the actual 911 on its the drag race there, which I thought was pretty hilarious. Now, I am not going to sugarcoat it. I'm a Tesla fanboy. Maybe you are too. But if you're not, that's okay. Let's have a chat about the Tesla Cybertruck. I literally spent all weekend long trying to convince my wife. She's due for an upgrade. I just got a Tesla Model Y earlier this year, and I was like, you know what? You would look great in a Cybertruck. I think you could really pull off a Cybertruck. And she's looking at me like, this is the ugliest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. You could not convince me to buy this truck. But I was so stoked because I was watching this video last week where they were shooting holes, or I'm sorry, not shooting holes in the Tesla Cybertruck. Look at this. This thing is literally bulletproof. And I'm like, listen, for the sake of our family, you should get a Tesla Cybertruck to keep all of us safe. And she's like, first off, I'm never driving anywhere where they're going to be shooting at me. Okay, I don't live that lifestyle. Number two, if they are going to be shooting at me, they're probably aiming through the glass and not the doors. So I suppose she's got a point there. But the Tesla Cybertruck's price tag draws mixed reviews. Hey, real quick, if you're interested in the AI trading data that we cover and the biggest news stories of the day, be sure to definitely hit the subscribe button down below. Start trading with AI today. Head to OVTLYR.com to see why outliers win. All right, let's move on here. The electric vehicle and clean energy company unveiled on Thursday how much these three versions of the Cybertruck would cost after a delivery event where Elon Musk was there showcasing the vehicle and its features. It has a rear-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, and a Cyber Beast version. And currently it shows $60,000, $79,000, and $99,000 as the price tags. And I just pulled it up here, right? If you go to Tesla right now, $60,990 for the rear-wheel drive, $79,990 for the all-wheel drive, and $99,990 for the Cyber Beast. Going on here, right? People are pretty frustrated because originally these were supposed to be in the $40,000 to $60,000 range. I'm trying to see if it's listed here in the article. Not exactly, but that's okay. I think Tesla's doing the right thing by pricing this high. And the reason is that they know that they can produce a lot of these vehicles. I suspect 2024, they'll be able to produce 35,000, which is enough that if they got pre-orders in the millions, they can price it higher and kind of capture the margin on the few vehicles they're able to deliver. So basically they're saying, listen, Elon Musk knows that there is a huge fan base for everything that he puts out. Just like the iPhones, right? Just like every time Steve Jobs and whatever his face is these days, Tim Apple, put out a new iPhone, they know a certain amount of people are going to buy that product, period, full stop, no matter what. Elon's looking at this like, I may have said $40,000 originally, but I think 60,000 is a good starting point today because they're going to buy it no matter what. And he's not wrong. But I saw this analysis over the weekend. If you take the starting price in the 40,000 in 2019 when it was first announced, hear me out, and the 60,000 price today, that's about 11% each year compounded to get to that point. And the person's point, the article that they wrote was trying to make the point of, listen, that's not too crazy versus everything else that we've seen inflation-wise over the last few years. So that 60,000 starting point isn't too far off, right? And you know, going back to 2019, I think this was actually a brilliant move by Elon. Let me know in the comments down below if you feel the same. I think this was a brilliant move by Elon because he let competitors come out and figure out what not to do before he released his own truck. Think about this, right? Rivian was first to the market, then the Ford Lightning, then the Hummer EV, then like the Chevy Silverado EV came out earlier this year. He let everybody else figure out the mistakes. He let everybody else beta test their products, their pickup truck products, to the market before he said, we're not going to make that mistake with the Cybertruck. No, no, no. We're going to do it so much better. And of course, by doing that, it's a pretty dang smart move on Tesla's part, in my opinion. I think the Cybertruck still has the ability long-term to be an important part of Tesla's lineup, and probably one of the top 3 vehicles in terms of units. And like I said earlier, I spent the whole weekend trying to convince my wife to get one because I think these are pretty dang cool. This is simply normal when you've got a product with a lot of technology, or for any new vehicle program, but especially for one that is different and as advanced as the Cybertruck. You're going to have some problems proportionate to how many new things you're trying to solve at scale. I want to emphasize that one. I think this is potentially our best product ever. I think that is really, really cool. So, when we talk about the Tesla pricing between $69,000 and $99,000, well, yeah, of course, that's expensive for a truck. Let's go look at a Ford dealer's website right now, right? We're looking at Planet Ford, Dallas Love Field, Planet Ford, right? I sorted this from price high to low just to get a comparison here. $97,000, $87,000. $87,000. Before you say these are not apples to apples, this one's a Ford Raptor, which honestly I think the Cybertruck could compete with. These two are Ford Lightnings, right there, electric trucks, $87,000. Another 86, 86, and both of these had an MSRP of $94,000 before retail customer cash, because Ford can't sell these. Ford can't sell these, and that's hilarious to me. Ford cannot sell its pickup trucks because they suck. And Tesla's going to wipe the floor and outsell all of the Ford pickup trucks in total. At least I think that'd be pretty cool. I don't know if they actually will. At a higher price point, right? And then Tesla's going to come in and lower the price like they've done on everything else and capture even more market share, right? And then this is a King Ranch F-150. This is just a gas truck, right? A nice gas truck, I'll give you that. $76,000. This, another Lightning, $76,000. 2 more gas trucks. An F-150 trimmer, $76,000, $75,000. This is not outlandish prices compared to a traditional truck. And this is just the beginning. As Tesla has shown, it has pricing power unmatched by everybody else. So don't be surprised whenever you see Tesla lower the price of these in maybe a year or two to capture even more market share. But I want to talk about real quick the AI trading data for Tesla. If we take a look at the AI trading data, we see we got a sell signal back on November 27th. Now, this came just a few days before the Cybertruck announcement, and I think the AI trading data picked up on the fact that people were a little frustrated by the pricing and that it could cause the Tesla stock price to go down. And I mean, if you're looking for a low risk, high reward option strategy, buying a put option could be a great short-term investment on this stock here, potentially something you might want to invest in. But if you had been following these signal returns, you would have seen a 246.25% signal return using the OVTLYR trading data here. And if you want to see why outliers win, head to OVTLYR.com to see even more. And let's take a look at the comments. Give me just a second here. We're going to have to edit this out because I actually just closed the window where the comments were. Give me just a second here. I'm usually a lot better than that. Now, since you're watching this live, you get to see this, but we are going to cut this out later. Don't worry. Cybertruck. There we go. That's the part of going live that makes it fun, right? There we go. All right, let's take a look at what the internet has to say about this as I continue to scroll down. There we go. Okay. Let's take a look at what the internet has to say about this, right? This person says, I'm in no hurry to ever purchase an EV, but it seems a little cheaper than a good diesel truck like we were just talking about. By the way, I'd spend extra and get the diesel. Ooh, not the right guy to talk about this, right? This guy says, I'll stick with my gas-guzzling F-250. It hauls trailers and boats, no guessing whether it will make it up a steep grade. Where I go, there aren't any charging stations. You couldn't pay me enough to drive one. I'll keep my 3/4 ton diesel, right? And this person, I love this comment, says, this is by far the ugliest vehicle I have ever seen. Listen, the Cybertruck definitely isn't for everybody, but let me know in the comments down below. Are you looking to get your own Cybertruck? And what do you think? Do you think that this is the future, or in reality, This is just going to be a flash in the pan, and we're going to move on from all this EV nonsense here in a little bit. Let me know. I'm very curious. Okay. When I first read this, I was like, gross, sickening, disgusting. I do not eat McDonald's. I don't let my children eat McDonald's if I can avoid it. But sometimes they're like, Dad, I gotta have a Happy Meal. Fine, fine, fine. McDonald's is going to revamp their burger patties and major fast food overhaul. No more dry patties. Okay, that's not the part that grossed me out. This is the part that got me. McDonald's new and improved burgers will include 50 modifications. Let's read that one more time. McDonald's new and improved burgers will include 50 modifications. When I cook burgers, and my children say I am the world's best burger chef, we get burger, like the raw meat burger patties out of the package. I season them. I place them on the grill. I set an Alexa timer for 4 minutes. I flip them. I set another Alexa timer for 4 minutes. I take them off. I put them on a bun. We eat. I don't think all of those steps, including the Alexa timers and the seasoning and everything else, comes to 10 steps. But McDonald's wants to have 50 modifications for their burgers. This, it disturbs me because we all are familiar with the fact that McDonald's is not healthy, right? It's basically just how much can we make this as close to dog food as possible? How gross can we make this and still sell to unwitting consumers who are going to eat it? That's how I've actually considered McDonald's these days. And in fact, I'm not the only one. There was a thing going around for a while that McDonald's uses pink slime in their burgers. What is a pink slime burger? Right? When we look at this, they actually had to put out a press release that says, no, our beef patties are 100% pure beef. We season with just a pinch of salt and pepper. Otherwise, nothing is added. No fillers, no additives, and no preservatives. Contrast that with, we're going to make 50 modifications. Where is the breakdown here? Right? First, we don't use pink slime. Second, all we have is pure beef, 100% pure beef. A little bit of salt and pepper and nothing else. But we still have room to make 50 modifications somehow. Oh my gosh, please don't eat this. I hope McDonald's gets this one day and says, oh yeah, maybe we shouldn't put out press releases that they're going to make 50 modifications. Disgusting. We can do it quick, safe, and fast, but that doesn't necessarily taste great. So we want to incorporate quality where we're at. Chris Young, unfortunately, this Chris is not going to be eating your burgers, especially after making 50 modifications. And hey, if you're just tuning in, my name is Christopher Yule. We cover the biggest headlines of the day and what the AI trading data says about it. And if you're interested in that too, be sure to definitely hit the subscribe button down below and start trading with AI today. Head to OVTLYR.com to see why outliers win. Now, like that, yeah, let me tell you, that is probably the most representative picture of what a McDonald's cheeseburger looks like, right? If you're not familiar with McDonald's, doesn't that look delicious, right? You've got 18 times as much bread as burger. Yeah, I'm not interested in that whatsoever. And I'm not the only one. I think the McDonald's sales have probably been on a huge decline over the last many years because nobody has ever said how healthy McDonald's can be. And we had the Super Size Me documentary where the Morgan Spurlock, I believe was his name, went to McDonald's every single day and just documented how on every single day he was getting fatter and unhealthier and his veins were getting clogged by the minute every time he ate there. McDonald's has a reputation that I think parents these days have decided we're not going to feed that to our kids anymore. We may have grown up on it, but the Happy Meals that we grew up on in our childhood are not the same chemical process and have 50 modifications worth that they are now trying to serve to our children these days. So let's take a look at what the AI trading data says about McDonald's. I actually got a buy signal back on November 6th, and you can see it's actually performed really well. And if you're looking for a low risk, high reward option strategy to go with this, a short-term investment in the stock, right? Maybe buying a call could be an investment you might be potentially looking to invest in here. And if you'd been following these signal returns, you would have seen an 87.35% return. Not too shabby. And if you want to get your hands and be one of the first people to get these not too shabby type of signals, head to OVTLYR.com to see why outliers win. Now let's go take a look at what the internet says about McDonald's, and it's 50 modifications worth, right? God, that's so gross to me. Can they make them even smaller and thinner, right? Going back to this picture here. Not that one right there. Can they make them even smaller and thinner, right? Let's see what this person has to say. I mean, with adjusted inflation, they cost twice as much as the 1980s versions with half the meat. That's the ones from my childhood, right? This person says, I can wait. I'll be closely watching for a pattern of randomly selected sesame seeds on the bun. Yeah, sure. And you know what? Thank you so much for tuning in to today's Outlier Live. Looks like my camera died. Hang on, let me try something real quick. Let me restart my camera. There we go. Man, I tell you what, I am having the difficulties today. That's all right. That's part of going live, right? Hey, thank you so much for tuning into today's Outlier Live. YouTube thinks you're going to love one of these two videos, so click one of those to watch more, and we'll see you on the next episode.